Today we're gonna do some Q&A for biology.
Cikgu berharap dalam masa yang singkat ini sedikit sebanyak kita dapat membantu pelajar untuk menghadapi peperiksaan yang akan tiba dalam sedikit masa lagi.
So we'll talk more about all this in our next Q&A, or you can go to SPM Flix. So there are a lot of videos on the website. So good luck and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Today we're gonna do some Q&A for biology.
Cikgu berharap dalam masa yang singkat ini sedikit sebanyak kita dapat membantu pelajar untuk menghadapi peperiksaan yang akan tiba dalam sedikit masa lagi.
So we'll talk more about all this in our next Q&A, or you can go to SPM Flix. So there are a lot of videos on the website. So good luck and I will see you soon. Bye bye.
Hello everybody, my name is Mr. T. P for top student and teacher in the whole wide world. So you have less than 7 weeks until SPM. No more time to goyang kaki. Faster learn these tricks before I smack you. Tip number 1, stop memorizing, start to understand. Ask your teacher, ask your mother, ask your father, ask your sister, ask your brother, ask your friend, ask your crush, ask your cat, ask your dog, ask God until you can understand. You don't come back until you can understand. Then, try to teach your teacher, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your friend, your crush, your cat, your dog, and see if you can really understand. Tip number 2, make timetable to study. You study 2 subjects a day, you follow the timetable, you stick to it, you don't go watch so much movie. Watch movie don't give you the A for SPM.
Study hard and you will be rewarded. Fail to do so and the consequences may be severe.
Reward yourself after you done each chapter like this. Maybe you look fat, but get more A or look slim. Which one more important, you tell me now? Tip number 3, you study hard and smart. You don't take the lazy way and spot question. SPM is for you to have future, not for you to play with. Take time to draw the mind map. If you don't understand, you go see YouTube. Write down the important notes on flashcard so that you can bring everywhere you go. You eat, you can read. You pangsai also, you can read. You go yamcha also, you can read. When you sleep also, you take it. So when you wake up, you can read. Here's a fun fact for you. Your average attention span is 20 to 30 minutes. So don't pandai study for hours without break. Your brain will fry, you know. But if you want your brain fried, then you go lah. Tip number 4. Stay healthy, don't burn the midnight oil. Go to sleep early, wake up early, go jogging, go gym, go play football, go sniff flower in the park, go clubbing, I don't know. Whatever that helps you take more oxygen in and feel energized and your brain sharper, you do only. Save your liver for college. You will thank me later. Last but not least, study with spmflix.com. This website offers many great tips and free resources to help you ace your SPM with ease. Be sure to register and join their SPM seminars where you will learn techniques from experienced teachers on subjects like sejarah, mathematics, physics, biology, principal account, BM, and many more. Register now at spmflix.com. Okay, since when I changed my accent? This message is brought to you by IACT College and powered by BAC Education Group.
Visit careeradvisor.asia today and find the right career and course. Awesome courses, awesome careers.
Hello everybody, my name is Mr. T. T for top student and teacher in the whole wide world. So you have less than 7 weeks until SPM. No more time to goyang kaki. Faster learn these tricks before I smack you. Tip number 1. Stop memorizing. Start to understand. Ask your teacher, ask your mother, ask your father, ask your sister, ask your brother, ask your friend, ask your crush, ask your cat, ask your dog, ask God until you can understand. You don't come back until you can understand. Then try to teach your teacher, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your friend, your crush, your cat, your dog, and see if you can really understand. Tip number 2. Make timetable to study. You study 2 subjects a day. You follow the timetable. You stick to it. You don't go watch so much movie. Watch movie don't give you the A for SPM.
Study hard and you will be rewarded. Fail to do so and the consequences may be severe.
Reward yourself after you done each chapter like this. Maybe you look fat, but get more A or look slim. Which one more important, you tell me now? Tip number 3. You study hard and smart. You don't take the lazy way and spot question. SPM is for you to have future, not for you to play with. Take time to draw the mind map. If you don't understand, you go see YouTube. Write down the important notes on flashcard so that you can bring everywhere you go. You eat, you can read. You pangsai also, you can read. You go yamcha also, you can read. When you sleep also, you take it. So when you wake up, you can read. Here's a fun fact for you. Your average attention span is 20 to 30 minutes. So don't pandai study for hours without break. Your brain will fry, you know. But if you want your brain fried, then you go lah. Tip number 4. Stay healthy, don't burn the midnight oil. Go to sleep early, wake up early, go jogging, go gym, go play football, go sniff flower in the park, go clubbing, I don't know. Whatever that helps you take more oxygen in and feel energized and your brain sharper, you do only. Save your liver for college. You will thank me later. Last but not least, study with spmflix.com. This website offers many great tips and free resources to help you ace your SPM with ease. Be sure to register and join their SPM seminars where you will learn techniques from experienced teachers on subjects like Sejarah, Mathematics, Physics, Biology, Principal Account, BM, and many more. Register now at spmflix.com. Since when I changed my accent? This message is brought to you by IACT College and powered by BAC Education Group.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, selamat tengah hari. Okey, saya Cikgu Ajwat. So pagi ni, tengah hari ni, kita bersama sesi Tanyalah Cikgu untuk subjek Physics. Okey, ada beberapa soalan yang dah ditanya oleh para pelajar. So Cikgu akan discuss berdasarkan soalan ni lah. Okey, so pada yang pelajar yang lain boleh hantarkan soalan anda. So kita akan cuba discusskan beberapa salah faham ataupun apa soalan yang korang rasa ada problem, okay, untuk hari ini. So first question daripada Elson, please help with electricity equation. Okay. So in electricity, dalam bab form 5, okay, ada 5 bab yang korang belajar dalam tingkatan 5 form 5. So bab yang paling banyak equation dan pengiraan adalah daripada bab electricity. Okay, so dalam bab electricity ada beberapa equation yang dia dah bagi dan ada juga beberapa equation yang korang perlu ingat. Okay, dan yang korang perlu ingat tu ada beberapa juga yang selalu ditanya dalam exam. So form equation yang pertama adalah and current. Okay, I Q over T. Q is charge and T is time. Okay, rate of charge flow, kadar pengaliran charge. Ada berapa banyak charge mengalir dalam satu saat. Contohnya kalau cikgu buat 1 ampere, ini bermaksud 1 kolom charge mengalir dalam 1 saat. Kalau 2 ampere, maksudnya 2 kolom charge mengalir dalam 1 saat. So lagi banyak bilangan ampere tu maksudnya lagi banyak charge mengalir dalam masa 1 saat. Okay, so untuk charge mengalir, ini formula ni diberi. Untuk charge mengalir, dia memerlukan tenaga. So tenaga untuk membawa charge, we call it as voltage or potential difference, beza keupayaan. So beza keupayaan adalah tenaga yang diperlukan untuk membawa 1 unit charge. Okay, berapa tenaga, energy per charge. Example, kalau kita ada 3 volt, ini bermaksud 3 joule energy diperlukan untuk 1 charge. So dari sini kita boleh tengok lagi banyak charge yang kita nak bawa, lagi banyak tenaga yang kita perlukan. So that one is studied by George Ohm. We call it Ohm's law, hukum Ohm. So dalam hukum Ohm, V itu beza keupayaan berkadar terus dengan I, arus or current. Lagi banyak charge, okay, lebih banyak tenaga untuk 1 charge. So hubungannya berkadar terus. So dari sini kita ada formula yang ketiga, which is formula yang ketiga diberi dalam exam, iaitu V sama dengan I R. Kecerunan ni adalah R, rintangan. So formula ni diberi dan formula yang paling kerap kita kena pakai, kena guna dalam SPM lah. Okey. So dari sini, perkembangan dari sini adalah korang kena ingat, terutama untuk paper 2. Di sini soalan yang selalu keluar paper 2 adalah factor affecting resistance. Faktor yang mempengaruhi rintangan. Ada 4 faktor mempengaruhi rintangan, tapi 2 faktor yang selalu tanya dalam SPM. Faktor yang pertama is length or panjang wayar. Second factor is diameter. Okay, diameter of conductor. So dekat sini yang perlu pelajar ingat adalah longer length, lagi panjang wayar, lagi tinggi rintangan. Tapi untuk diameter dia terbalik. Lebih besar diameter atau lebih besar wayar tersebut, lower resistance. Okay, rintangan yang tinggi akan arusnya lebih rendah. Kalau rintangan dia rendah, arus or current flow will be higher. Okay, so ini formula asas. Kalau paper 2 fokus kepada VIR dan juga factor affecting resistance. Okay, formula yang berikutnya dalam bab ini yang perlu ingat adalah berkaitan dengan series and parallel, siri dan selari. Okay, for series and parallel, ulang kaji balik macam mana nak cari effective resistance untuk series dan parallel. Untuk series kita just tambahkan, okay, all the resistance R1 plus R2 plus R3. Untuk parallel perlu 1 over R, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Okay, so kalau korang ada soalan berkaitan ni boleh tanya di ruangan chat. Okay, so next formula dalam bab ini, dan formula yang tak diberi adalah formula berkaitan dengan daya gerak elektrik. Okay, kalau English dia call electromotive force, EMF. In Malay we call it DGE, daya gerak elektrik. So formula ni tak diberi. So formula yang tak diberi, okay, So untuk formula yang tak diberi, apa yang perlu pelajar ingat, formula dia adalah EMF equals to V plus I R. Okay, R ni rintangan dalam. Okay, dan EMF, daya gerak elektrik, sentiasa lebih besar daripada V. Bezakan dua graf ni. Sebelum ni kita belajar VI, grafnya macam ni. Untuk EMF, sama juga V dan I, tapi grafnya menurun secara linear. Linearly decrease. Okay, so dekat sini Y-intercept di graf ini adalah EMF. And the gradient here is internal resistance, rintangan dalam. Untuk VIR yang kita belajar sebelum ni, rintangan adalah kecunan graf. Okay, beza rintangan dalam dengan rintangan. So ini formula yang korang perlu ingat, terutama dalam paper 1 bila melibatkan daya gerak elektrik. Okay, so last few equation is related to energy, tenaga elektrik, electrical energy and electrical power, kuasa elektrik. So untuk energy dan power, formula yang diberi hanya pada power, iaitu P sama dengan VI. Okay, tapi jangan risau sebab kita boleh derive equation lain menggunakan VIR. Maksudnya kalau cikgu gantikan V dengan IR, cikgu dapat formula yang kedua. P sama dengan IRI ataupun I kuasa 2R. Okay. Atau kita gantikan dengan I sama dengan V bahagi R. Di sini kita akan dapat P sama dengan V over R darab V. So V kuasa 2R. So ini formula, dua lagi formula yang tak diberi. Okay, tips dia, gunakan VIR dan masukkan dalam formula P sama dengan VI. Untuk tenaga, tenaga unit dia joule. Untuk mencari tenaga adalah P sama dengan VI, salin balik, E sama dengan VI, salin balik formula ni, cuma tambah T di hujung, tenaga. So sama juga di bawah, boleh jadi I kuasa 2R tambah T di hujung, V kuasa 2 over R tambah T di hujung. Okay, kenapa? Sebab kuasa adalah tenaga bahagi masa. So untuk cari tenaga, kuasa darab dengan masa. So ini ada dalam bab form 4, bab haba. Okay, itu sahaja formula dalam bab electricity. So apa yang cikgu boleh kata dekat korang untuk fokus pada, untuk paper 2, fokus pada VIR, faktor mempengaruhi rintangan, nombor 1. Nombor 2, fokuskan kepada siri dan selari. Okay, dah a few formula untuk tenaga dengan kuasa lah. Okay, so next question. Next question dari Muhammad Hafizul. Form 5 ada berapa banyak eksperimen? Okay. So, eksperimen penting untuk paper 3. So, alang-alang cikgu jawab sekali dengan soalan daripada Rafiuddin. Okay. How to score in paper 3? So, paper 3 SPM. Jumlah markah dia adalah 40 markah. Okay, dibahagikan pada dua bahagian A dan bahagian B. Bahagian A ada satu soalan, dua soalan, ada dua soalan di bahagian A, dan di bahagian B ada nombor 3 dan nombor 4. Cuma pelajar hanya perlu pilih salah satu dari bahagian B, salah satu je. Okay. Dan selalunya nombor 3 adalah eksperimen form 4 dan nombor 4 ni dari eksperimen form 5. Jadi kalau korang study 1 tahun punya eksperimen, maksudnya kalau korang study semua eksperimen form 4 atau korang study semua eksperimen form 5, so secara asasnya korang boleh score, okay, untuk paper 3. So untuk bahagian A, markah dia lebih besar, iaitu jumlah markah adalah 28 daripada 40. Bahagian B hanya 12 markah daripada 40. So apa yang penting pada paper 3 bukannya menghafal eksperimen. Okay? Apa yang penting untuk paper 3 adalah korang kena tahu atau kena cari apakah manipulated variable, okay, MV, we call it MV, or yang manipulasi, okay, yang dimanipulasikan, dan juga yang bergerak balas. We call it as responding variable. Okay, ini penting. Dua ni adalah penting, MV dengan RV. Sebab MV dengan RV diperlukan bila korang nak buat eksperimen. Okay, maksudnya bila korang nak buat eksperimen, kena tahu apa yang ditukar dan apa yang akan berlaku untuk eksperimen Form 4 dan eksperimen Form 5. So untuk menjawab soalan Hafizul, Form 5 ada berapa banyak eksperimen? Ada lebih kurang 6 eksperimen. Okay, Form 4 ada berapa eksperimen? Lebih kurang 8 eksperimen. Dari setiap bab lebih kurang 2 eksperimen yang popular masuk dalam SPM. Okay, so untuk Form 5, kalau eksperimen Form 5, kalau daripada bab gelombang, okay, wave, fokuskan kepada refraction of water. Yang ni korang kena buat ripple tank, tangki riak. Okay, tangki riak. And then ada vibrator, penggetar. Okay, atas ada lampu. Right, dan ada bekalan kuasa untuk bagi dia bergetar. And make sure dekat dalam ripple tank ada glass block. Okay, blok kaca berbeza untuk membezakan kedalaman. So untuk yang ni apa MV-nya? Manipulated dia adalah depth. Responding variable adalah wavelength. Okay, so eksperimen lain yang dalam bab gelombang adalah korang kena tengok pada interference. Okay, cuma untuk tahun ni mungkin korang boleh fokus kepada eksperimen Form 5 bab 3, iaitu elektromagnet. Okay, elektromagnet, eksperimen Form 5 bab 3 elektromagnet. Because kalau based on my experience, trial this year banyak keluar elektromagnet. Okay, so on elektromagnet, korang perlukan soft iron core, teras besi lembut, dan lilitkan dengan konduktor. Okay, and then sambungkan pada bateri. Okay, letak emitter. Okay, and bawah ni letak paper clip. This one paper clip. Okay, paper clip, and this is solenoid. Okay, so untuk eksperimen ni sama. Apakah MV dengan RV? MV-nya, example MV-nya adalah number of turn, bilangan lilitan. Dan responding variable adalah berapa bilangan paperclip yang tertarik. Okay, so apa dia punya constant? Yang ni korang kena hati-hati. So dalam elektromagnet ada 3 faktor. Pertama, number of turn. Kedua, current. Ketiga, soft iron core, teras besi lembut. So dalam eksperimen ni kita memang menggunakan teras besi lembut, soft iron core, and we change the number of turn. Kita tukar bilangan lilitan. So the only factor affecting strength of electromagnet, faktor yang mempengaruhi elektromagnet yang kita tak ubah lagi adalah current. Okay, if eksperimen ni dia tukar, dia nak buat manipulated variable dia adalah dia tukar current, and responding still the same, bilangan paperclip yang attracted. So CV dia ataupun constant variable adalah number of turn. So this one will be changed depend on eksperimen tersebut. Okay, so untuk paper 3, kenapa cikgu kata penting untuk MV dengan RV? So cikgu nak ajar korang satu tips, iaitu nak buat procedure. Okay, procedure sebenarnya 3 ayat je, 3 markah untuk 3 ayat. So ayat yang pertama is korang kena state, if English like this, experiment is started with MV. So bagi korang punya first MV. Okay, contohnya dalam eksperimen ni kita nak mengkaji elektromagnet, kekuatan elektromagnet. So the first ayat yang korang kena pakai adalah experiment is started with number of turn berapa. Okay, so contohnya experiment is started with number of turn 10, with 10 number of turn. Okay, with 10 number of turn. So itu ayat yang pertama. Okay, ayat yang kedua yang korang kena tulis adalah RV, responding variable, is measured by apa alat dia. Okay, apa dia punya alat nak ukur kalau ada, and recorded, dan direkodkan. Okay, example kat sini, RV dia adalah number of paperclip attracted. So number of paperclip attracted is calculated because tak ada alat nak ukur bilangan. So is calculated and recorded. Okay, and number 3, ini ayat dia memang sama. So experiment is repeated, eksperimen diulang with, okay, bagi another 4 MV, which is example here, experiment is repeated with number of 10, 20 and 30 or 40 and 50. So 3 ayat ni mewakili 3 markah untuk procedure. So procedure jangan lagi hafal dalam buku. Okay, itu bukan cara yang betul. Cara yang betul adalah korang kena tahu what is the MV, what is the RV, and nak tulis procedure. So 3 markah mewakili 3 ayat. Okay, so example, ada example contoh kita buat untuk wave ni. The MV stated here is depth and the RV stated here adalah wavelength. Okay, panjang gelombang. So apa yang kita ubah adalah kedalaman dan panjang gelombang. Okay, so eksperimen dimulakan dengan okay, kedalaman air berapa. Okay, sebab lepas kita masukkan kaca di sini, okay, glass block, air itu akan menjadi lebih cetek. So experiment is started with the depth of berapa. So example, the depth of 5 cm. And RV adalah kita nak cari wavelength. So wavelength kita ukur pakai apa? Dalam kes ni kita boleh ukur menggunakan stroboscope atau kita boleh gunakan pembaris. So RV, which is wavelength, is measured by a ruler and recorded. Okay, number 3, experiment is repeated with the depth of 10, 15, 20, 25. Example. Okay, so asalkan korang tahu what is the MVRV, what is the manipulated and responding for every experiment, korang boleh jawab untuk paper 3. So ada 8 eksperimen form 4 dan ada 6 eksperimen form 5 sebab elektronik tak ada eksperimen and radioaktif pun tak ada eksperimen. Okay, kalau ada korang tak pergi sekolah dah. Okay, next one. Next question is from Tan Meng Hua, chapter 4, form 4. I'm not so good. Kalau boleh, Tan Meng, kalau boleh cikgu nak minta tolong spesifikan bahagian mana ataupun part yang mana. Tapi in general cikgu boleh cerita on topik form 4. Topik form 4 bab form 4, chapter 4 form 4, topiknya is heat. Okay, right, cikgu bagi general is heat. Haba. Okay, so haba, basically haba adalah tenaga. Haba adalah energy. So what is the unit for energy? For every energy, tak kisahlah kinetic ke, potential, gravitational potential, elastic potential, every energy, electric also, the energy unit dia adalah joule. So same thing as heat, unit dia joule. So symbol for heat, simbol dia adalah Q. Untuk heat, simbol dia Q. So dalam bab ni kita belajar 4 subtopik je. So the first subtopic is thermal equilibrium. Keseimbangan terma. Okey. Keseimbangan terma. Okey. So first, untuk capai keseimbangan terma, example kat sini cikgu ada dua objek. Okey. A and B with different temperature and different heat. Okay, example A is 80 degrees Celsius and B is only 20 degrees Celsius. So compare temperature, A lagi panas, B lagi sejuk. Tapi kita compare temperature. So in this case, kalau A lagi panas, meaning A ada lagi banyak haba, dia ada lagi banyak heat. So apa yang dia akan buat? Dia akan transfer heat from A to B. But B also transfer heat to A, but in small quantity. Okay, example. B transferred to A is 100 joule per second. B to A, example, is only 20 joule per second. Okay, thermal equilibrium is reached when, bila tiga condition ni berlaku. Pertama, A dengan B have a same temperature. Example, the temperature is 50. This is also 50. So A decrease temperature, but B increase temperature. Important is now the temperature is the same. Okay, cari keyword ni. If thermal equilibrium, cari dulu keyword ni. Number one. Number two, A from B and B from to A, heat transfer. Now heat transfer is the same. Example, B to A only transfer 50 joule and A to B is 50 joule, B to A also 50 joule. So second one, heat transfer same. Okay, be careful with the third one. The third one is net. Kalau English kena bubuh net, kalau bahasa Melayu kena bubuh bersih. Okay, so pemindahan haba sama, pemindahan haba bersih sifar. Heat transfer is the same, but net heat transfer is 0. Okay, boleh juga bubuh rate net heat transfer. Kadar pemindahan haba bersih adalah sifar. Okay, so tiga ni penting untuk keseimbangan terma. So dekat mana keseimbangan terma ni pakai? Popular question is on thermometer. Okay, contohnya paper 2, soalan application. Macam mana doktor mengetahui suhu badan pesakit? 4 markah. So the first part yang kena bagi tahu, bila doktor meletakkan termometer pada badan pesakit, pemindahan haba berlaku, heat transfer occur. Okay, heat transfer occur, pemindahan haba berlaku. And then barulah masuk keseimbangan terma. After certain period, thermal equilibrium is reached. Okay, so heat transfer from the thermometer to the patient and patient to the thermometer is the same. Pemindahan haba termometer ke pesakit dan pesakit ke termometer adalah sama. Okay, second one, net heat transfer between thermometer and patient is 0. So the temperature shown by the thermometer is equal to the temperature of a patient. So itu cara nak jawab bila soalan melibatkan thermal equilibrium. So ingat tips 3 yang ada dekat sini. So cerita 3 benda ni. So yang kedua yang selalu mengelirukan, yang kedua dan yang ketiga adalah konsep heat capacity, C, and concept of latent heat. Okay, L. So heat capacity and latent heat, the first word dia sama. Okay, cikgu bagi maksud dulu. So heat capacity, energy require, tenaga yang diperlukan, energy require by 1 kg substance to increase temperature. So heat capacity is to increase temperature by 1 degree Celsius without changing state. Tanpa menukar keadaan jirim. Latent heat pula energy required by 1 kg substance to change state. Okay, to change state. So ada dua change in state, solid to liquid or liquid to gas. Nanti kita cerita lanjut pasal tu. So change state, energy required by 1 kg to change state. Okay, to change its state from, example, from solid to liquid at constant temperature. So temperature dia tak berubah. Okay. Nak faham benda ni, kita lihat kepada heating curve seperti yang belajar dalam bab chemistry. Okay, so heating curve is something like this. Okay, so this one kita panggil melting point. And dekat atas ni kita panggil boiling point. Okay, tapi kita nak cerita dari segi fizik. So dari segi fiziknya macam ni. So di bahagian yang cikgu tandakan merah, okay, apa yang berlaku is temperature, this is time, temperature is increased. Temperature is increased. Temperature is increased. Tapi apa yang tak berubah, because yang dekat sini is solid, S, solid. Dekat sini adalah liquid. And this one is gas, solid, liquid, gas. So state dia remain. Dia tak berubah state, solid, liquid, gas. Tapi yang berubah adalah temperature. So dekat sini korang apply this formula. Q equals to mc theta. Q equals to mc theta. Q equals to mc theta. Okay. So second part adalah dekat sini yang cikgu tandakan dengan warna kuning. Okay. Yang cikgu tanda warna kuning, apa yang berlaku is changing of state. Solid to liquid and liquid to gas. So this is latent heat, L, okay, latent heat. We call it vaporization. And this one latent heat of fusion, solid to liquid, latent heat of fusion. So formula nak pakai kat sini adalah Q sama dengan ml. Okay. And then example, kalau cikgu boleh padam kat sini. Okay, cikgu padam yang bahagian tepi ni dulu. Example, kita ada bika, kita bubuk air, and this one we call it as electrical. So ini immersion heater. Okay, immersion heater, pemanas rendam. Okay, pemanas rendam. So untuk pemanas rendam, tenaga yang dia datang untuk panaskan air datang dari elektrik. So tadi cikgu discuss pasal elektrik. So tenaga untuk elektrik is PT. So kalau increase in temperature, PT mc theta. Okay, kalau dia panaskan untuk tukar ais jadi air, kita guna PT sama dengan ml. So kita tengok kepada soalan, sama ada yang berubahnya adalah suhu atau yang berubahnya adalah jirim. Tapi kebanyakan soalan dalam SPM melibatkan muatan haba, heat capacity. Okay, so saya nak buat satu contoh soalan dekat sini. Okay, cikgu padam dulu. Untuk satu contoh soalan untuk muatan haba adalah kita refer pada paper 2. Okay, so paper 2 untuk heat capacity. Okay, so soalan melibatkan bahan mana cepat panas, bahan mana lambat panas. Okay, so heat capacity C. So kalau kita susun dulu Q sama dengan mc theta. So C adalah Q divide by m theta. Q tadi adalah haba, energy. Okay, haba or energy is joule. M is mass in kilogram. Theta is temperature change. So you can put either in degree Celsius or in Kelvin. Okay, so example, cikgu ada satu nilai C which is 100 joule per kg per degree Celsius. This is bahan A. Okay, and cikgu ada satu lagi bahan B, which is the heat capacity is 300 joule per kg per degree Celsius. Both cikgu ada 1 kilogram. Mass of both is 1 kilogram. Okay, and initial temperature of both is 20 degrees Celsius. This one also 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the initial temperature. Now kita bagi haba. For both material kita supply heat. Example, the heat is we supply 100 joule of energy. Kita panaskan menggunakan heater yang supply 100 joule. So untuk A, it's require 100 joule for 1 kg to increase by 1 degree. So now it become 21. Tapi B, it's require 300 joule to increase by 1 degree. So kita baru bagi 100, that means the temperature remain 20. Okay, supply another 100 joule. So A require 100 joule, increase by 1, now become 22. B require 300, we only give 200, so it remain 20. Okay, another 100, A become 23 degrees Celsius, but B become 21 degrees Celsius. What is the conclusion? So conclusion, if you have higher heat capacity and lower heat capacity easily heat up, senang nak panas, and senang nak sejuk, heat up and cool down. Okay, higher heat capacity hardly heat up, susah nak panas, and susah kita nak sejukkan. Okay, so example question, dia bagi 2 periuk, which one yang suitable untuk masak dalam shorter time. Maknanya kita nak panaskan dalam masa yang cepat. So kalau nak panaskan dalam masa yang cepat, cari periuk yang mempunyai lower heat capacity, easily heat up. Okay, so itu tips dia. Macam dalam kereta contohnya, kereta radiator pakai air. Apa tugas air? Dalam kereta, air itu tujuan dia untuk menyimpan haba daripada pemanasan enjin. So kita nak simpan haba, kita nak dia lambat panas, kita guna higher specific heat capacity. So depend on tujuan korang nak guna yang mana, lower or higher specific heat. So based on the question, kalau periuk ataupun benda yang nak cepat panas, lower specific heat. Kalau nak lambat panas, higher specific heat. Okay, contohnya pemegang periuk kena higher specific heat, sebab kita nak dia lambat panas, kita boleh pegang. Okay, so that's the question from Tan Meng Hua. Okay, last subtopic yang cikgu belum discuss untuk bab ni adalah gas law. Okay, the last one is gas law. Okay, so this part is quite confusing for most of the student. Okay, gas law, formula yang ada dalam gas law yang diberi yang ni yang diberi dalam SPM. Yang diberi dia akan bagi macam ni. PV over T equals to constant. Okay, this one dia mention macam ni je dalam list of equation. So apa yang kita kena tahu adalah gas law ada 3 gas law. So macam nak tahu 3 gas law tersebut, kita draw segitiga macam ni, salin balik P, V and T. Okay, so cuba salin macam ni, P, V and T and P, V and T. Okay, so the one yang cikgu tutup sekarang ni is temperature. This is T is temperature. Cikgu tutup because now we assume that the temperature is constant. Okay, the one is changing is pressure and volume. Okay. So kalau cikgu tutup sini, so this is pressure. Pressure is constant. So kalau cikgu tutup sini, volume is constant. Okay. So temperature constant, only P and V yang tinggal. So this is called as Boyle's law. Hukum Boyle. Kalau cikgu tutup P, hanya tinggal V dengan T. So this called as Charles law. Hukum Charles. Kalau P dengan T yang tinggal, cikgu tutup volume because volume is constant. So this called as pressure law. Hukum tekanan. Okay. So apa yang ada dekat sini dalam segitiga ni is the formula. Okay. So untuk Boyle's law, formula dia akan jadi P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. Okay, untuk Charles dia akan jadi V1 over T1 equals to V2 over T2. So another one is for pressure law, it become P1 over T1 equals to P2 over T2. So ini formula, bukan relationship, formula. Okay, relationship is like this. So bila cikgu buat untuk Boyles, so cikgu cerita Boyles dulu. Okay, it's like you have a piston. Okay, dalam ni adalah gas. Okay, compare these two piston. Okay, so the first piston kita ada lower pressure sebab kita tak tekan. Okay, lower pressure. The second one kita ada higher pressure sebab kita tekan. So apa jadi pada gas? Number one, volume dia banyak. Ada banyak gas. So for second one, volume dia dah jadi low. So relationship for pressure and volume is inversely proportional, berkadar songsang. Okay. Ada satu bab yang korang belajar dalam matematik, kalau nak tukar daripada relationship kepada equation, apa yang korang akan buat adalah P equals to K 1 over V. Tukarkan daripada relationship into equation. Okay. And then kalau dari sini PV equals to K. K itu constant. So nak faham constant dia macam ni. Ingat pressure rendah, volume tinggi. Volume rendah, pressure tinggi. So cikgu bagi dalam bentuk nombor. So contohnya dekat sini kalau cikgu buat pressure rendah, which is pressure dia 2. Okay, and volume tinggi, so volume katalah 10. So 2 kali 10 adalah 20. Okay, now cikgu increasekan pressure. From 2 kita increase to 4. So now pressure from 2 increase to 4, but the volume will reduce. So volume from 10 become 5. 4 times 5 still 20. So 20 ni adalah nilai constant. So itu contoh mudah nak bagi faham apa itu constant. Okay, so this one is for Boyle's law. Pressure increase, volume decrease. So apa graf dia? So apa perangkap dalam exam? Perangkap dalam exam adalah macam ni. Pressure and volume inversely proportional. Ini graf inversely proportional. Perangkap yang selalu dia keluarkan adalah pressure and volume, tapi dia buat 1 over V. So this is directly proportional. Okay, itu perangkap dia. So yang popular keluar bahagian pengiraan, kalau gas law, kalau bahagian pengiraan adalah pressure law and Charles law, hukum Charles dan hukum tekanan. So kenapa formula dia jadi macam ni? Sebab volume increase when temperature increase. So hubungan dia berkadar terus, directly proportional. Okay, so V directly proportional with T. Sama juga kita jadikan persamaan V equals to KT. So kita susun V bahagi T equals to K constant. Okay, so sama juga macam tadi. Contohnya cikgu nak bagi korang faham, cikgu masukkan nilai. Bila volume dia rendah, example volume dia 10, temperature dia waktu tu 2. So 10 bahagi 2 adalah 5. Now kita increase the temperature. Example the temperature is 5. Okay, so the volume will be 25, because 25 divided by 5 akan dapat 5. So value of constant adalah 5. Tapi apa yang korang nampak, bila temperature low, volume dia low. When temperature high, volume dia high. Okay, same thing as pressure law. Okay, so cuma korang tukar je lah nilai V tu dengan V tu korang tukarkan dengan P. So sama je, dia berkadar terus, directly proportional. So apa perangkap yang selalu terperangkapnya? Yang pertama ni wajib korang kena ingat. Untuk pressure law and Charles law, for pressure law and Charles law, please change the temperature into Kelvin. Okay, wajib. Okay, tukar temperature into Kelvin. How to change? Example given to you 20 degrees Celsius. To change to Kelvin, plus with 273, tambah 273. So in Kelvin, temperature is 293 Kelvin. Mesti tukar, okay? And another perangkap adalah graph. Okay, untuk pressure dengan charge sama je. Perangkap dia adalah example P and T. Kalau Kelvin baru directly proportional. So pastikan korang tengok dekat x-axis, either is a Kelvin or degree Celsius. If in degree Celsius, it should be at negative 273 temperature in degree Celsius. So be careful with what type of graph being given to you, either pressure and temperature in Kelvin or pressure and temperature in degree Celsius. Okay, so itu selalu yang korang kena perangkap. Tukar unit and tengok graph. Okay. Pressure law and Charles law. Okay, so harap cikgu dapat menjawab apa yang persoalan daripada Tan Meng Hua ni. Okay. So another question here from Rafi Yudin, chapter 2.8 form 4. Kalau boleh tolong elaborate sikit chapter 2.8 tu topik mana, sebab cikgu tak dapat gambaran 2.8 tu topik mana. Is some subtopic, so subtopic mana, because chapter 2 dia ada 12 subtopik. So 2.8 okay, kalau boleh elaborate kan 2.8 tu mana. Tapi kalau soalan ni daripada bab 2 form 4, so bab 2 form 4 basically yang korang kena fokus adalah first focus on, okay, bab 2 bab paling panjang, ada 12 subtopik, you have 12 subtopik. The first part is most important. Okay, so the first part you need to differentiate between a scalar quantity and vector quantity. Okay, scalar only have magnitude, but vector quantity have a magnitude and direction. Ada arah. Okay, kat sini ada arah. Okay, so magnitude tu apa? Magnitude tu sebenarnya value, nilai. Okay, contoh cikgu buat 5. Cikgu buat kat sini pun 5. 5 tu magnitude. So cuma kalau cikgu just tulis 5, kita tak tahu 5 tu 5 apa. Example cikgu tulis 5 meter. Oh, 5 meter is a length. Okay, 5 meter juga kat sini. So it may be a length. Okay, dia memang length, cuma beza dia if kita buat 5 meter and negative 5 meter. For this one, okay, skala and vector. Example kalau cikgu ada dari A pergi B, so A ke B, example A ke B is 5 meter. Kalau kita tanya distance, okay, either from A to B or B to A, it's the same, 5 meter. Sebab kita tak nak tahu dia punya arah, direction dia kita tak nak tahu. But for vector, we call it as displacement. Okay, so for displacement, kalau kita buat 5 meter positif, ini maksudnya kita pergi kanan, move to the right. Negative, most of the time it move to the left. Okay, so ini direction yang always kita assign is positive to the right, negative to the left. Okay, so distance divide by time. Okay, this is called speed. But displacement divide by time, we call it as velocity. Okay, So sometimes speed dengan velocity macam sama, almost the same. Okay, speed and velocity, because velocity dia boleh jadi 5 meter per second or negative 5 meter per second, but it's still the same. Positif maknanya ke kanan, negatif maksudnya ke kiri. For speed either ke kanan atau ke kiri, it will always be 5 meter per second. Okay, so ini important part. And next subtopic is acceleration. Okay, so acceleration is velocity divided by time. Change in velocity, v minus u divided by time. Okay, so kat sini ada beza sikit. So important tips yang korang kena ingat adalah displacement positif. Okay, S ni displacement or sesaran. Okay, positif maksudnya pergi kanan, negatif value maksudnya pergi kiri. Example tadi 5, this is negative 5. Okay, kalau 0 maknanya ni stationary, tak gerak. Sebab tak ada perubahan jarak. No change in displacement. Okay, stationary. So velocity positive, example positive 5 meter per second and negative 5 meter per second remain the same, kanan dengan kiri. So 0 meter per second pun sama, stationary. Okay, so this part is important, especially bila kita nak belajar force, which is acceleration. Okay, so acceleration positive 5 ms, negative 2 ni bukan maksud pergi kanan. Ini meaning dia, maksudnya dia tengah accelerate or velocity dia tengah increase, dia tengah speed up. If you get negative, bukan maksud dia patah balik. Negative meaning dia decelerate or the velocity is decreasing. Okay, for 0 ms negative 2, there's two condition. Condition number 1, bila objek stationary. Okay, sebab kalau objek stationary, first dia tak gerak. So bila benda yang tak gerak, there's no velocity. No velocity divided by time meaning no acceleration. Okay, so second condition is when you have a velocity, you have a speed, you move, but you move with a constant speed. Sama je laju. Okay, that one we move but there's no change in velocity, so there is no acceleration. Okay, so ini part yang important. The reason why, because the subtopic after this is easier if you understand the difference between these three. Okay, the next subtopic is easier if you understand between these three. Why I said it easier? Okay, when you learn momentum. Okay, so momentum is basically mass time with velocity. Okay, so mass always positive. Tak ada benda yang tak ada mass. Even kuman pun ada mass. So mass always positive. So if you get a momentum, example you get a momentum 5 kg ms negative 1, or you get momentum negative 5 kg ms negative 1, and you get momentum is 0. Okay, so value positive here because velocity dia positive, negative here because velocity dia negative, kosong kat sini because velocity is 0. So yang atas ni because they move, momentum move to the right, this one momentum move to the left, this one tak ada bergerak, stationary. Okay, so another one is force. Okay, this is most important in chapter 2. Okay, force. So force is mass time with acceleration. Okay, you know the formula is given, F equals to ma. Okay, same thing, force is 0 when acceleration is 0. The reason why, mass always positive. So force will be 0 when acceleration is 0. Okay, so Bila acceleration 0? Bila dia stationary. Bila dia move with constant velocity. Okay, so tu yang korang kena faham. Okay, so I think next one is force, because force selalu masuk exam. Okay, so example here, this an object of 2 kilogram. Okay, okay, so example I have here 10 Newton, belakang pun 10 Newton. Okay, what is the net force? Okay, the net force is 10 to the right minus 10 to the left. My net force is 0. Okay, so bila force 0, what happened to the object? So macam cikgu cakap tadi, force 0 bila acceleration 0. So bila acceleration 0, meaning objek ni either dia stationary or dia tengah move, but it move with constant or uniform velocity. Okay, so this one we call is force in equilibrium. Okay, so example, if I have a question like this. Okay. Okay, there's two force. Here is the upthrust. This is force. Okay, now I have a friction. My friction is 30. My air resistance is 80. Okay, this is an example. So this object is 2 kilogram. Example, this object move with constant velocity of 2 ms negative 1. Okay, I put here 8 and 30 lah. 8 Newton and 3 Newton. Okay, so keyword dekat situ is it move with constant velocity. So ingat tu keyword dia. Bila jumpa je move with constant velocity or object is stationary, tak kisahlah dia bagi unit kat sini 2 ms negative 1. The keyword is constant velocity, meaning the net force will be 0. So mean force to the right minus with 8 minus with 3 must be equal to 0. So F is equal to 11 Newton. Because bila depan ni 11 Newton, belakang pun total dia adalah 11 Newton. Both have 11 Newton. So there is no net force. 11 minus 11. So 0. Okay. So that one is force in equilibrium. So kalau cikgu ada soalan macam ni pula. So what is the friction? So sekarang dia bagi sengit macam ni. 10 Newton. At certain angle, which is 60 degree. So what is the friction? If the object is move with constant velocity. Okay, so constant velocity, that's the keyword. So the net force is 0, meaning bila depan minus dengan belakang, korang akan dapat nilai dia 0. So apa selalunya kesalahan orang buat? Ni kesalahan selalu buat. Okay, so 10 tolak F sama dengan 0. So F sama dengan 10. Okay, ni salah. Reason why? Because friction is in x-axis. So you must find this. We call it Fx. Okay, so to find Fx first. So ini korang balik pada trigo. So kalau Fx, nak tahu Fx, ni Fx. Ini hypotenuse 10. Ini sudut 60. So Fx is 10 cos 60. So you get 5 Newton. Okay, barulah bila Fx minus dengan friction equals to 0 because of this word constant velocity. Then you get that F equals to Fx, meaning F pun 5 Newton. Okay. So itu berkaitan dengan force in equilibrium. So for force not in equilibrium, it is almost the same. Okay, it is almost the same. But the question is changing like this. Okay, I make a change. So here from 10 Newton, it's not 10 Newton anymore. Okay, I put an extra force. So extra force, example extra force adalah 20 Newton. So now there's a difference in the force. Okay, it's not 0 anymore because sekarang the net force, the difference is 20 to the right minus with 10 to the left. You get the net force is 10 Newton. So Newton's second law state that when there is a net force, ni ada net force, object will accelerate. So you use the next formula, which is net force equals to ma. So find the acceleration. So how to find the acceleration? So to find the acceleration, the net force you know is 10, mass is 2, acceleration you want to find acceleration. So acceleration is 10 divided by 2, you get 5 ms negative 2. Okay. For next question, I change also the next question here. Now the object move. What is F? Okay, what is the value of F of force here when object move with acceleration of 2 ms negative 2? Okay, so keyword dia acceleration. So this one is not equilibrium. So non-equilibrium, it should be force equals to ma. So how to find F? When you minus with 8, minus with 3 equals to 2a. Okay, so F minus 11 equals to 2a. Okay, a here given, a is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8. So what is the value of F? So F is 8 plus 11. So you get 19 Newton. Okay, so bila depan ni 19 Newton, belakang 11 Newton, ada beza? 19 tolak 11. So that's the net force, 8. Bila ada net force, object matured. Okay, so that's equation related to force. Okay. Okay, so in chapter 2, this question is given. Okay, so any other question? So in chapter 2, focus more on force and also spring. Okay, untuk SPM ada 11, ada 12 subtopik, tapi bukan semua masuk paper 2. So kalau yang pernah masuk paper 2 daripada bab 2 form 4, yang pernah masuk pertama adalah motion graph. Okay, tapi motion graph pernah duduk 2 kali, pernah keluar 2 kali dalam SPM dan dia duduk soalan nombor 1. Okay, and then force, the one we discussed earlier, and impulsive force and momentum. Okay, this one dah keluar last year. Okay, number 3 ni dah pernah keluar last year. And number 4 is work and energy. Okay, ni dah keluar 2017. This one also 2017. And last one is spring. Okay, this one last is in 2013. Force last in 2016. Okay, so itu topik-topik yang kalau paper 2 bab form 4, bab 2 yang korang nak fokus. Okay. Okay, so next one kita nak discuss on induction. Okay, aruhan, induction. Okay, induction. So different in induction kita nak discuss on first law. Ada dua law kat sini, which is Faraday's and Lenz's law. Okay, so macam nak different soalan dia dalam paper 2. So nak differentiate soalan dia, example kita ada solenoid. Okay, then ada magnet here. Okay, okay. So next question. Okay, so okay, there's a few question here. Tension equation, resultant force and Fx F cos. Actually I've discussed that. Okay, soalan dari Rena, can you please explain about force in equilibrium? As I mentioned earlier, equilibrium bila there's no acceleration, meaning object tu either dia stationary or dia dalam keadaan dia bergerak, dia move tapi with constant velocity. Okay, resultant force. Okay, tension in triangle, the angle especially. Okay, so example, another kind of force is in y direction, something like this. Okay, so this one support by dua tali. So this is hanging. Okay, sama macam cikgu discuss sebelum ni. Kalau dia hanging, dia bergerak tak? So korang kena tahu, dia tak bergerak, dia stationary. So bila dia stationary, meaning force is balance. Balance force or equilibrium. Okay, when force is equilibrium, net force is equals to 0. Okay, example here is 10 Newton. Sorry, 10 kilogram. So apa yang korang kena ingat or kena tahu, bila object hanging in y direction, always ada weight. So berapa weight dia? So weight dia is 100 Newton. Okay, to make it balance, atas pun kena 100 Newton. So macam mana nak bagi atas 100 Newton? Sebelah sini 50, sebelah sini pun 50. So now dia akan balance. Okay, so kalau cikgu buat objek macam ni, same object 10 kilogram, but the force is like this. Okay, so this is the weight. As we discussed earlier, is 100 Newton. Okay, the one you must remember is untuk dia hanging 100 Newton ke bawah, dia kena 100 Newton tegak ke atas. So this is 50, as we discussed earlier, this is 50. So the question nak berapa nilai T ni? Berapa nilai T? Okay, given here is 30 degree. What is the value of T? So apa yang korang tahu is like this. Yang tegak ni, which is here, cikgu pindahkan ke belah sini. So which is, this is 50 Newton. So this is 50 Newton. Okay, and T, kita nak cari value T, and the angle here given as 30 degree. Okay, so how to find T? Basic untuk trigonometry. So apa yang korang kena tahu? This is opposite. This is opposite. The T is the hypotenuse. So cos 30. Sin 30. Opposite and hypotenuse. Sin 30. Opposite is 50. Hypotenuse is H or T. You want to find T. So T is when 50 divided by sin 30. Okay, so berapa value dia? You get 100 Newton. So for this one is 100 Newton, for this one also 100 Newton. Okay. So kalau kita perasan kat sini, kalau in Y direction same axis, bawah 100, atas total dia 100. Tapi kalau kita nak bagi tension dia sengit, you need a bigger force. Okay, tadi kita hanya perlukan 50 sahaja kalau Y axis. Tapi because kita nak sengitkan dia at certain angle which is 30 degree, kita kena increase the force until 100 Newton for each string. Okay, for each string. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. Explain a tension in triangle, right? So number 9, next question. Okay, can you explain about light chapter? Okay, chapter 5, cahaya, light. So light, okay, there's two phenomena yang korang belajar, which is reflection, pantulan, and refraction, pembiasan. Okay, so apa tips dia? The first tips is anything related to mirror is reflection. Anything related to lens is refraction. Okay, so mirror, korang belajar 3 mirror. So plane mirror, ni cermin muka yang kat rumah tu, plane mirror. Okay, and curve mirror lah. So untuk plane mirror, untuk curve mirror, ini satu lagi tips, which is any characteristic of image. Okay, yang penting is characteristic of image, and also draw the ray diagram. Raja sinar. Okay, so apa yang korang kena tahu? First, karakteristik untuk concave mirror, cermin cekung. Okay, so this one characteristic of image. Kalau kita discuss characteristic of image dia adalah sama dengan convex lens. Okay, kanta cembung. So these two, concave mirror and convex lens, popular dalam SPM. Concave mirror is something like this. This is F and this is C. Okay, for convex lens, something like this. This is F and this is 2F. Okay, so itu cara dia nak bezakan cermin dengan kanta. Tapi sebenarnya 2F dengan C adalah nilai yang sama. Okay, so dekat sini kita kena tahu 5 karakteristik of image bergantung kepada kedudukan. Okay, sebab cikgu bagi tahu karakteristik of image dia adalah sama. It has the same characteristic of image. So I just explain for lens, convex lens, right? So for convex lens, okay, so example is the F. Okay, example F dia adalah 10 cm. So 2F is 2 darab F, so you get 20 cm. So characteristic of image depend on position. Okay, it depend on position. You have 5 position yang kena ingat. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay, so tips dia untuk ingat dia punya characteristic of image, kita start dari belakang. This one will be smaller because jauh daripada lens, is smaller, kecil. So at 2F will be same size. Now dia jadi sama. Tadi kecil, sekarang sama. So 3 yang depan must be magnify, magnify, and magnify. Okay, logiknya lagi dekat, lagi besar. Okay, so for image 3 yang belakang is inverted. Songsang, inverted, songsang, inverted. Okay, and kawan untuk inverted adalah real, nyata. Okay, ni tips Kalau real, kawan dia memang inverted. Dia tak boleh tukar. Real and inverted, real and inverted. Nyata dan songsang. Untuk dua yang depan adalah upright, tegak, upright, tegak. Kawan untuk upright, virtual and virtual. So ini kedudukan objek dan ciri image dia. Okay, kedudukan objek dan ciri image dia. Yang ni korang kena ingat dia punya characteristic of image. That's most important. Okay, so after characteristic of image, how to draw the ray diagram. Okay, to draw a ray diagram is something like this. Okay, example I have here. This is my center of lens. So this is my convex lens. So cikgu padam yang ni. Okay, so I just leave one object, okay, which is more than 2f. So objek yang more than 2f, dia akan jadi real, inverted and smaller. So kita boleh prove melalui drawing. So this is how to draw lens dulu. 3 markah untuk draw. So yang pertama, korang kena garis dari objek, ambil pembaris straight, sentuh garis ni. Okay, jangan sentuh curve, sentuh garis. So after touch the line, it being refracted, sebab dia refraction, refracted towards the focus point. Okay, so it refracted toward the focus point. So this is the focus point. Okay, so that is number 1 mark. Second mark, from the object across the first F and refracted straight. So image dia akan duduk between F and 2F. But the most important is not mana objek di image tu duduk. Yang penting adalah korang tahu apa dia punya characteristic of image. Okay, so to make it simplified is like this. If the object is at 2F here, image akan duduk dekat 2F. Okay, if the object is between 2F and F, the image will be further than 2F and bigger. Okay, so object, where the object lie, here kita panggil U, object distance. Dekat mana image duduk, this is V, image distance. Okay, so this is a focal length. From lens to focus point is focal length. So kita boleh nampak kat sini, when U increase, maknanya U lagi jauh, V dia decrease. Okay, so this one relate to the formula. Kita ada a few formula related to lens, and the formula is only for lens. Okay, and refractive index, but refractive index kita discuss nanti. So related to lens, there's few formula, and the formula given to you is only 1 over F equals to 1 over U plus 1 over V. So this formula is given. Okay, so example here, if my focal length is 10, my object distance here, my object distance example is 30. Okay, so what is my image distance? So 1 over 10, 1 over 30 plus 1 over V. So at the end you get V is 15. Okay, do your maths. Korang buat maths dapat 15. Okay, 15 centimeter. Okay, so this formula is given. So graph for this one is like this. 1 over V, 1 over U, y-intercept is 1 over F, the x-intercept also 1 over F. Okay, so this formula is given. Okay, the formula yang tak bagi kat korang is a formula related to the power of lens. Power of lens, you use this formula. 100 divided by the focus point, and the focus point is in centimeter. Okay, example, lens yang cikgu tengah lukis ni, focal point dia 10. So berapa power dia? So to find power is 100 divided by 10. Okay, focal length yang ada dalam gambar ni 10 cm. So 100 bahagi dengan 10, korang akan dapat nilai dia 10. Unit dia adalah diopter. Okay, so kalau cikgu buat positif, ini maksudnya convex lens, kanta cembung. If you got negative 10, this mean you have a concave lens at the same focal point. Okay, negative to show you that this is a concave lens, kanta cekung. Okay, so for SPM, focus on concave mirror and convex lens and how to draw mirror and lens. Okay, so this is drawing for lens. How to draw for a mirror? Okay, a ray diagram for mirror is almost the same. Okay, so this is my concave mirror, this is my F, but for mirror we put C, we don't put 2F, and I put my object here. So now the object is further than C, jauh dari C. Sebelum lukis korang dah kena tahu yang kalau jauh dari C, the image will be real, inverted and smaller. Okay, so now focus on how to draw 3 marks. So the first mark is here. From object, move to the lens tengah ni and reflect, pantul ke F. 1 mark. Okay, markah kedua dari objek lalu F, sentuh dan patah balik belakang. So this will be the image and should be the image is smaller than your object. Okay, so this is your second mark and this is your third mark. Okay, so ulang kaji balik that, but that's the difference between drawing a mirror and lens. Okay. For next one, what is the most important topic? Okay, the most important topic. Okay, so dalam SPM, kalau paper 1, apa yang korang kena tahu adalah korang memang kena tahu semua subtopik. Basically, physics tak banyak topik. Form 4, you only have 5 topic. And Form 5, you only have another 5 topic. So in total, you have only 10 topic. And kalau korang ada buku pasir, boleh tengok yang cara soalan tu disusun adalah dia disusun mengikut topik. For number 1, from number 3 is topic 1 Form 4. From number 4 till 11 is topic 2 Form 4. And topic 3 after that, and topic number 4 and number 5. Okay. And kalau korang tengok juga pada buku pasir question, you can see that for paper 1 you have 50 question. Half of it is topic Form 4, another half is topic Form 5. Okay. And korang selalunya takut soalan melibatkan pengiraan. For Form 4 and Form 5, for paper 1 basically, question related to calculation, soalan yang pengiraan, less than 10. Okay, kurang daripada 10 soalan yang melibatkan pengiraan. So another 40 basically is a concept. So you need to understand the concept for each subtopic. Okay, for each subtopic. But for paper 2, there's a few topic that you should focusing on. Example, kalau Form 4, for Form 4, try to look at force, equilibrium and non-equilibrium, and spring. Okay, so another one, this is from chapter 2. For chapter 3, look at Archimedes. Okay, for chapter 4, look at thermal equilibrium. And latent heat. Okay, haba pendam, keseimbangan terma dan haba pendam. For chapter 5, okay, total internal reflection, pantulan dalam penuh. Okay, total internal reflection. For Form 5, focus on chapter number 1, Form 5, refraction of water wave. And number 2 is interference. Okay, for electric, okay, chapter 2 electric, factor affecting resistance, series and parallel. Okay, number 3, electromagnet and induction. Okay, chapter 4 diode. Okay, chapter 5, which is the last chapter, is half-life and energy. Okay, half-life and energy. So there's a few topic yang korang boleh focus on, right? This one based on this year's trial, the most frequently asked subtopic for this year trial, and some of it is comparison between the previous years. Maknanya mana soalan yang dah lama tak masuk, mana yang macam possibility untuk masuk. But jangan fokus semua topik, jangan just focus on this topic only. So study another topic also. Cuma this is a comparison based on this year's trial and also a previous past year question. Okay. So next question is from Rena. Can you please give a brief explanation on radioactivity chapter, because I only understand the half-life part. Okay. So radioactive, a simple subtopic actually, because it related from one another. So you must understand, in chemistry you learn about atom. Okay, in chemistry you learn about electron here. Okay, so in an atom you have a proton and neutron. Okay, and proton number is macam IC untuk atom. Example, if I give you a proton number 1, okay, this is a proton number, this is the nucleon number. Okay, nucleon number. So 1 you know is hydrogen. If you have a proton number 2 is helium. Okay, proton number 6 is carbon. Okay, proton number 8 is oxygen. And every atom that is in periodic table, okay, every atom in periodic table have their own proton number. Okay, they classify based on their proton number and many things in periodic table. You need to learn in chemistry periodic table. So apa yang belajar dalam this part is this one in periodic table. The one that I put here is in periodic table. In the periodic table meaning this one is stable. A stable atom. So a stable atom will not decay, because it's stable. Dia dah stable, dia tak decay. So now dalam bab ni kita nak belajar that the nucleus also want to achieve stability. Okay, especially for the isotope. Okay, example, you have carbon 614. The difference between carbon 614 and carbon 12, the difference is carbon 12 dalam periodic table, so dia dah stable. Carbon 14 is not in periodic table, so it is unstable. So now radioactivity is when unstable nucleus, which is example like carbon 14 want to become more stable. So when the nucleus want to become more stable, dia tak macam elektron. Kalau korang belajar elektron, apa elektron buat? Either dia give and take, dia share, that's electron. So electron to achieve stability, achieve octet arrangement. But for nucleus to achieve stability, it will decay. The unstable nucleus want to become more stable by emitting radioactive. Okay. So radioactive here mean either dia emit alpha, or dia emit beta, or dia emit gamma. Okay, alpha, beta and gamma radiation. Okay, gamma ray, alpha particle, beta particle and gamma ray. So you need to differentiate between alpha particle, beta particle and gamma. So in the very simple way is alpha is positively charged, beta is negatively charged and gamma is neutral. Alpha is heavier, beta is lighter. Okay, gamma is ray, so it doesn't have any mass. Another thing is alpha particle, the ionizing power, we call it as ionizing power, and another power is penetrating power. Okay. For ionizing power, the highest ionizing power is alpha. The lowest is gamma. Beta is always intermediate. Okay, penetrating power is different. Alpha is the weakest, but gamma is the stronger penetrating power. Kenapa? Alpha dia tak boleh penetrate even a paper, even kita punya skin pun dia tak boleh penetrate. But gamma dia boleh penetrate. Okay. So this one only paper to filter. This is aluminium required to filter, and gamma needs a lead or plumbum. That's why bahan radioaktif kita simpan semua dalam bekas plumbum. The reason why kita tak tahu pun dia nak decay, either dia decay keluarkan alpha, dia decay keluarkan beta, or dia decay keluarkan gamma. Okay. So what happen when the unstable nucleus decay to become a stable nucleus? First, they decay to become another atom. Okay. So example to decay another atom, I give you an in SPM ada dua sahaja decay yang ditanya. First, alpha decay or beta decay. So you need to understand what happen when atom decay with alpha and what happen when atom decay with gamma. Okay. So example is alpha decay. Okay, what happen when alpha decay? So I have like polonium 86 216 example. This is isotope for polonium. It decay with alpha, meaning dikeluarkan alpha. So alpha is like helium, meaning 2 and 4. Okay. So yang korang kena ingat adalah the new atom, the proton number minus 2, nucleon number minus 4. That means the new atom will be 212 in nucleon number and 84, okay, in proton number. Okay, so this is, I think is like, okay, so minus 4 minus 2 plus with alpha 4 2. Okay, if decay with beta, we make example beta decay. Example carbon 14 6. So when decay with beta, nucleon number remain the same. Nucleon number same, maknanya still 14. Okay, atas ni remain the same, but proton plus 1, so it becomes 7. If you have periodic table, 14 and 7 is proton number for nitrogen, and nitrogen 714 is in periodic table, meaning this one is stable, so it will not have a further decay. So dia takkan reput lagi. Okay, so in SPM is only alpha decay and beta decay. So if you have something like this, a graph of nucleon and a proton, we call it as a decay series, and you have a graph like this. Okay. Okay, so this one example here 86, this is 84. Okay, this is an alpha decay 216 and 212. Okay, example, this decay produce a polonium which is not stable. Dia masih tak stabil. So bila dia tak stabil, dia akan further decay. Example will be like this. From 84 now become 85. Nucleon number stay 212. This is a beta decay. Okay, this one another beta decay. So we have two beta decay here, and this is another alpha decay. So in SPM question, how many alpha and beta particle? So from this graph, you know there's 2 alpha dan ada 2 beta. So itu style of question yang selalu tanya. Okay, related to alpha decay and beta decay. Okay, so after this, question by Reina. So after this part, you learn the half-life. Okay, the one that you said that you understand. So the half-life is basically when the atom is decay, how long it takes to become half. Okay, So example here, I have 20, this is activity. Okay, example, I have 200 activity of atom. Okay, so half of 200 is 100. So how long it take to become 100? Example, it take 10 minutes. Okay, this is time. So 10 minutes is my half-life. From 200, half of 200 is 10. So my half-life is 10 minutes. Okay. Next question. So can you please explain the mechanism of a pressure cooker? Could you please elaborate more what the mechanism of pressure cooker? So I think it's a paper 2 question, how pressure cookers work. Okay, so I move first to the next question. From Ahmad Ali Lee, please teach, tolong ajar tajuk gelombang. Okay, tajuk gelombang. Okay, so in a brief, tajuk gelombang is something like this. So you have a wave, gelombang. So berapa gelombang yang korang belajar? Korang belajar water, sound. Okay, sorry, water, light, electromagnet. Okay, and another wave is sound. So what is the similarity between each wave? Kenapa empat-empat ni dianggap wave? The reason is dia boleh buat 4 fenomena. So kena bezakan what happen pada 4 fenomena ni. Yang pertama kita tengok dulu reflection. Okay, so what happen to V, F and lambda when reflect? So this is unchanged. Frequency also unchanged. Wavelength pun unchanged. The one that change is direction. Okay, so example here I have, this is my normal line, this is light pass through. Okay, this angle and this angle is the same, but my wavelength 1, 2, 3. Wavelength ni, jarak ni, wavelength tu jarak dia bila kita lukis kena sama, because wavelength is unchanged. Okay, so for refraction, pembiasan, refraction is phenomena when wave pass through different density. Kalau water, when pass through different depth. So we look at water. What happened to the V, F, lambda when in the deep region and shallow region? Okay, so macam korang pergi tepi pantai. Okay, kalau dekat tengah laut, air laju, deep. Tepi pantai, air lebih perlahan, shallow. Frequency both is unchanged. Okay, and lambda dekat kawasan dalam longer, shallow, shorter. So if you have something like this, okay, so this example here, this is a region, we call it region P, and this is region Q. So based on the drawing, okay, based on the drawing, this is a longer wavelength, meaning this one is deeper. This is a shorter wavelength, this one is shallow. Okay, so V here is higher, V here is lower, but frequency is same. Okay, so that's the keyword that you need to remember. What happened to VF lambda when reflect? What happened to VF lambda when refract? Okay, another one is diffract. Okay, diffraction is how, macam mana gelombang tu travel after pass through obstacle ataupun gap. Spreading of wave when pass through obstacle or gap. So macam mana bila dia lepas gap, apa jadi pada gelombang? Okay, dia akan spread. So untuk spread, example water wave is like this. You have a gap here. Okay, this is a water wave. Okay, when pass through the gap, become like this. Okay, Make sure your drawing here is the same. Why? Because VF lambda for diffraction is almost similar to reflection, which is unchanged, sama macam reflection. So the one that change is the amplitude, tenaga. Okay, amplitude ni related to energy. Okay, amplitude is lower, tenaga dia akan kurang. So compared in the region, this is a deep region, this is also a deep region, this is the energy lower, this energy is higher. So kenapa nak buat diffraction? Selalunya kita guna ni untuk pelabuhan. Kapal nak berlabur, dia nak berlabur tempat dalam. Okay, so dia nak kena reduce the energy of water, baru dia rasa kat kawasan tu air lebih tenang dalam kawasan kedalaman yang sama. Itu pelabuhan. And the last concept that you need to remember is interference. Okay, for interference, the formula is given to you. Lambda equals to AX over D. This formula is given to you, but you need to understand what is AX and D. Example, you have two speaker. Okay, distance between two speaker is A, and distance between loud sound, soft sound, loud sound and soft sound here, loud and loud is X, or soft to soft is also X. Okay, the distance between speaker and the person who hear the sound is the D. So A times X times D. Okay, for interference of light, you have a young double slit experiment. You have double slit here. So distance between double slit is A, and you have screen here that produce a fringe, a bright fringe, dark fringe, bright fringe. Okay, bright fringe, dark fringe. The distance between each fringe is X, and distance between double slit dengan screen, jarak dia tu kita panggil dia D. So formula is the same, A times X over D. So the relationship is here. Okay, so this formula also given, V equals to F lambda, formula given to you. In this chapter, wave, you only have 4 formula. Ada 4 formula je. V sama dengan F lambda dibagi, lambda AX over D dibagi. Another formula is given is F equals to 1 over T. So this formula also given to you. The one yang dia tak bagi adalah pantulan untuk bunyi, reflection of sound, which is the formula yang tak bagi is V equals to 2D over T. So soalannya selalunya soalan berapa jarak bila orang menjerit, ada gema berapa jarak, ataupun dia ada ultrasound, dia produce ultrasound, so berapa jarak objek dekat depan dalam air. Okay, ataupun kelawar, macam mana kelawar nak tentukan jarak dalam gua, so dia gunakan ultrasound. So you can find the distance using the V equals to 2D over T. This formula is not given. So in this chapter, you only have 4 formula, and most important formula is V equals to F lambda, and what happened to the V equals to F lambda for each phenomena: reflection, refraction, diffraction, and interference. Oh, lastly, sebelum cikgu lupa, an electromagnet, you need to remember electromagnetic spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum is from radio to gamma ray. So most of the time, cikgu selalu ingatkan student, ingat macam ni. Ready? May I visit your ex-girlfriend? Okay, Radi, may I visit your ex-girlfriend? So Radi is radio wave, May is micro, I is infrared, V is visible light, U is UV, X X-ray, and girlfriend is gamma ray. Okay. So, Radi, may I visit your ex-girlfriend? From radio to gamma, this one is increasing frequency. Okay. and from gamma to here is increasing wavelength. Okay, that's what you need to remember, and the application for each electromagnetic wave. Okay, so can you please explain radioactive decay? I don't understand the graph. Okay, so that's question from Yuto. So for radioactive decay is something like this. You have a half-life. The graph will always be like this. So this is either activity or mass. This is time. And graph is from here. Okay. So example, you have 200 activity. Okay. To become half of 200, example is 100. How long to become 100? Example, I give you 10 minutes. It can be second, it can be minute, it can be years, it can be 1,000 years, depend on atom. Bergantung kepada atom. Ada yang decay cepat, ada yang decay lambat. Okay, so for example here, from 200 to become 100, it takes 10 minutes. So 10 minutes is my half-life. Okay. After that, kalau soalan tanya, what is the value after, example, after 30 minutes? Okay, after 30 minutes. So another 10 minutes, it will become half of 100, 50. So another 10 minutes, it will become 25. So after 30 minutes, the activity will become 25. Okay. So example, you have another question. Activity is 25 after 30 minutes. Okay. What is the initial activity if half-life is 10 minutes? Okay, same thing. Kita start maklumat yang ada. Kita ada 25 after 30 minutes. Meaning kita ada yang belakang. Kita ada last one, which is 25. Okay, 10 minutes earlier is 50 times 2. 10 minutes earlier is 100. 10 minutes earlier is 200. So what is the initial activity? Is 200. Okay, so most of the time you do an equation like this, you do a calculation like this, you can find the answer. Okay, so that is radioactivity decay. So next question, how to understand electronic, especially transistor? Okay, especially transistor. Okay, so that question come from Haiman Adi. Okay, transistor. Okay, so first you need to understand that transistor and diode. Okay, diode and transistor, both is component produced from half-life. Okay, daripada half-life. So example, diode ni, katalah diode tu diode dia produce daripada semiconductor. Okay, semiconductor. So there's two semiconductor, p-type and n-type. So p-type, yang korang kena ingat, p-type majority charge carrier is a hole, and for n-type majority charge carrier is electron. Okay, and p-type is produced when you dop with group 13, which is 3 electron valent, and n when you dop with group 15, which is 5 electron valent. Okay, so same thing with transistor. Transistor produce daripada semiconductor type P and N, tapi it be like this. PNP or NPN. Okay, so how to differentiate between PNP and NPN from the symbol is like this. Okay, for diode, the symbol for diode is an arrow from P to N. So for transistor, the arrow here the arrow here also from P to N, meaning this is P, arrow is towards N in the middle, and atas ni pun P. Okay, for NPN, okay, P in the center, so N kat bawah, so arrow P to N, so this is N. So in SPM, focus on this one. Okay, NPN. So what is the function for diode? There's two functions for diode. As allow current flow in one direction, membenarkan arus mengalir satu arah, and number two as rectifier. Okay, for transistor, one as automatic switch. This one yang selalu tanya dalam exam adalah aplikasi dia sebagai automatic switch. Okay, and number two is amplify current. Okay, amplifier. So jangan tertukar dia punya application. So how transistor works? So kita tengok yang automatic switch, especially related to LDR, like dependent resistor ataupun PPC, perintang peka cahaya. So they'll be like this. This is the battery. Okay, so this is like LED. Okay, and this one is transistor. Okay. Alright. So kita cerita yang ni dulu. Example, the most popular kalau this one LDR dekat atas. Oh, sorry. Popular is LDR kat bawah. Okay, this is LDR, light dependent resistor. In Malay we call it PPC, perintang peka cahaya. So first kena tengok ni. Kalau LDR or PPC ni ada dekat bawah, meaning this one akan menyala waktu gelap, at night, okay, ataupun waktu dark. Okay, tu yang korang kena ingat first. So kedua korang kena ingat apa jadi pada resistant. So kalau dia duduk bawah, resistant dia higher. Okay, nanti cikgu cerita pasal nak calculation. So untuk calculation, just put a number here is 10 kilo ohm. This is example of 40 kilo ohm because waktu malam resistant dia tinggi. Okay, so how transistor works? It's like this. So current dari battery flow sampai junction. So ada dua jalan. So current flow to LED, current flow ke belakang. Tapi LED, light emitting diode sekarang ni, walaupun current flow tapi litar tak lengkap. Sebab waktu ni transistor ni tengah off, so LED will not light up. So selalunya dia tanya how to light up the LED. So 4 markah. So first, bila dia lalu belakang ni, dia lalu bawah ni, okay. So now again at 2 junction, dia tengah pilih, dia kena pilih. So current akan pilih either lalu PPC atau lalu pada base. This one we call as base current. Okay, so during dark or during night, the resistance of PPC is high. Okay, resistance of PPC or LDR is high. So current tak suka dekat dia. So during night, so current flow through base of transistor. Okay, now base current dah ada. So what happened to the transistor? Dia akan start switch. Tadi off, sekarang dia akan start on. So transistor is switch on. So LED light up. Okay, LED light up. So itu 4 markah yang korang kena cerita. Okay, so itu penting untuk korang kira, kena tahu dia punya ni. Okay, kalau dia duduk atas, tukar ini je during days, and the resistance become low, and the next ayat ni sama, current flow through the base and transistor switch on. So how to calculate is something like this. So example 6 volt, the total volt, divide by 10 plus 40, and you can find like what is the VBC? This is 40. Okay, so at the end you get VBC around 4.8 volt. So here is 4.8 volt. So dekat atas ni akan jadi baki dia. Okay, which is 1.2. So tips dia adalah kalau nak kira, korang pakai electric, which is current dia sama, V over R equals to V over R. So korang just padam yang tengah ni, gunakan formula electric, korang akan dapat dia punya calculation. Okay, alright, so itu sahaja masa yang ada untuk sesi kita pada tengah hari ni. Okay, untuk menonton, jangan lupa untuk korang, kalau korang nak menonton, boleh menonton video rakaman sesi ini dan sesi tanya cikgu yang lain bagi subjek-subjek lain boleh tonton di spmflix.com. Okay, so itu saja untuk sesi hari ini. Bye bye.